What's going on, guys? My name's 8-Bit Preston and welcome back to the Sonic Retrospective. In the last episode we took a look at Sonic Heroes, my personal favourite game in the series and a very confusing one for many. But in today's episode we're going to be covering probably one of the most universally hated Sonic games of all time, being Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, Shadow the Hedgehog was a spin-off game released in 2005 for the for the Nintendo GameCube, the PS2 and the Xbox. Now, when the game came out it got poor reception from critics and fans alike, but when I first played it I quite enjoyed it. So obviously, being my job for this series, I have to replay through this game with the footage and all sorts of other bullshit just to, make the video. And after replaying through this game, I do not like it as much as I used to. And obviously I'm going to explain everything about this game, blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's go.
Maria!
So let's talk about this plot, shall we? At the beginning of the game, Shadow suffers from amnesia. Other than the events of Sonic Heroes that took place 3 months prior to this game, Shadow remembers only two things, being his name and his attempt to escape the space colony Ark with his creator's granddaughter Maria, who was killed by gun soldiers. Having walked through a room filled with androids that look like him during the events of Sonic Heroes, Shadow wonders if he is an android too. The game starts with Shadow reminiscing outside the city of Westopolis when the when the alien race known as the Black Arms drops out of the sky and invades the city. One Black Arms alien, Doom's Eye, approaches Shadow, and the Black Arms leader Black Doom tells Shadow of an old agreement Shadow made to bring Black Doom the Chaos Emeralds. Stunned that Black Doom knew his name, Shadow searches for the Chaos Emerald to learn about his past. The game progresses through the Westopolis level and 5 more levels from the different paths Shadow may take. As missions are completed, Shadow learns more about his past and regains memories. He can choose to help Dr. Eggman, or the Black Arms, or even to help the gun soldiers and the series heroes characters, or to help neither and keep the Chaos Emeralds for himself. The missions completed determine which one of 10 possible endings will be seen after Shadow collects all of the Chaos Emeralds and defeats one of the game's final bosses. The possible ending events range from planning to defeat the Black Arms to planning to destroy the planet. Completing all 10 endings unlocks the game's true ending, in which Black Doom uses Chaos Control enhanced by the power of all 7 Chaos Emeralds to bring the Black Comet to the Earth's surface. And that's all I'm going to say for now, because obviously we'll discuss the final story later. So if you can't already tell, this plot sounds relatively confusing because, as it mentioned then, there are 10 different endings. And none of these endings are canon, unfortunately, because if you wanted to be an edgy hedgy and kill all the soldiers, you can. But if you also wanted to be a good guy, you can. But unfortunately that isn't canon to the story, which is a huge shame, and as you can see on the map, these are all the levels and bosses you have to complete to reach the canon ending. Yeah, so that's repetitive, but anyway, let's talk about this gameplay. So Shadow the Hedgehog uses the renderware engine, the same as Sonic Heroes, so you'd expect the graphics to be nice and, pretty and smooth and kind of metallic looking, but no, this game is actually quite ugly. Because obviously the game setting is Shadow is the main hero of this, this game, and the alien race from I don't even know, we're never told, but the alien race comes down to Earth to invade them and basically destroy the planet. So it's Shadow's job to either just take out the aliens, just reach the end of the level to get the Chaos Emerald, or help out the aliens. So the way that the game controls is very similar to Sonic Heroes, but you will slip and slide a lot more simply because it's Shadow, and they wanted to probably put an emphasis on the usage of his rocket shoes, so they made it a bit like slippery than Sonic Heroes. So that is a very main complaint about the game I always hear, saying that the controls are too slippery. But I personally don't have an issue with them because, again, I've been playing this game for years now, because back in the day, I think this was like 2008, 2007. I can't recall, but I was like 6 or 7 years old when I got this game, and considering the game was only like 4 years old from that point, and it was already selling for around £2, it's quite shocking to see, really. But yeah, so I've never had an issue with this game's control scheme at all, but some people do, which is really strange because I think it controls fine enough. But if you don't like it, then that's tough shit. Anyway, so there are a large variety of levels, I'd say. I wouldn't say array of levels, I'd say variety, because each level is relatively different with the same sort of style, I guess. So you can take down 5 different routes. You can either just go straight forward, which is getting from point A to point B at that level. You can go straight up, which is doing the evil missions, or you can go straight down, which is doing the hero missions. But then you can also do a mix of hero and normal to get the anti-hero, and then you can get the normal and the villain one to get the anti-villain. So that's kind of nice, I guess, the fact that they've included more paths than one, but at the same time they can be repetitive to get to, because you have to play Westopolis 10 fucking times. And to play the opening level of a game 10 times just to get the final ending of a game is not fun at all. Especially when Westopolis is the most boring level in the whole game. I mean, it's not the most frustrating at all, but it is definitely not the most fun. Anyways, so after Westopolis you will either get faced with levels from canyons to computers, you know, government agent labs, or even a highway. The game has a huge variety of places you can go to. A majority will either take place in the city, inside of alien bases, or sometimes even inside of Eggman's facilities, being like castles and casinos, or even sometimes you can like just go to like flat out just be inside of a fucking computer, which is a little bit silly, and it's led by the Chaotic, so I didn't think, you know, I'd expect any less than that. But the game, it's fast, but it's not as fast as Heroes, I don't feel, because I can speed through Heroes, but this game, nah, this drags sometimes. So if you're looking for a fun time in terms of speed, this isn't your game to go to, but it's a lot faster than the next game we're covering, I can tell you that. So the main new addition to this game is guns. And the only reason this game was made, I'll be honest, is because all of these, you know, edgy little 12-year-olds who wanted Sonic to have a gun. And because Sega didn't want to, you know, put a stain on their mascot like that, they decided to make a spin-off game into which people could vote for who they wanted to be the main character. And of course, with Shadow being the popular character he is, everyone picked Shadow. So because of the fan base, we got this game. Everyone complains that this game is all Sonic Team's fault for being shit, but no, this is our fault. This game is completely our fault. So before anyone goes arguing against me, there's your facts. But anyways, so the guns. The guns in this game actually work really well, because you can just speed through while holding the shoot button and not have to worry about standing still and aiming like in something like Call of Duty or Halo. You can literally just run and gun. It's straight up RNG fun. I absolutely love the gun system in this game. I don't think it's bad whatsoever. And some of the weapons are just outright ridiculous sometimes. It's really fun to just piss around with the different weapons. But if the game didn't have guns, I would feel it'd be very slow paced, simply because obviously the guns in this game help speed things up, and also the homing attack has been made absolutely fucking useless and is only a last resort at this point, or to take off shields. So the guns are a necessity in this game, and it's a good thing that they're good, so at least the game got that right. But if there's one thing the game didn't get right, that's Shadow himself. This game just absolutely destroys Shadow's character, because in Sonic Adventure 2 he was awakened by Eggman, so he was grateful for him, blah blah blah, he was working on his side. But then he realized what Maria's promise was to him, you know, like the real promise, so he turned into a good guy. In Sonic Heroes he had amnesia because of the events of Sonic Adventure 2, and he just tried to find Eggman throughout that game to uncover his past, but he was unsuccessful. So then we bring it to this game, to which Shadow just could not give a fuck about anyone but himself. And this is the one thing that destroys Shadow's character, because while yes, Shadow is the edgy of the three of them, being Sonic, Shadow and Silver, he is absolutely stupid in this game, simply because he feels that he can do whatever he wants, and he's a 13-year-old rebel that doesn't listen to his mother when it's bedtime. That's basically Shadow's character in this game, and I do not like it at all. Shadow's gone from being one of the cooler characters in the series to just an outright spud, to put it short. He's a spud in this game, and that's all I can say about him. There's no other way to describe it, because he's hella bent on either taking out the government, hella bent on taking out the aliens, or even hella bent on taking out Eggman. It's just completely dependent on the path you take, so you get confused. And then when you get to the final story, you'll be even more confused, because not only is he working with the heroes that you probably just destroyed in the previous playthrough you did, but then he's also working with Eggman, who's working with the heroes to destroy the aliens. So, like, what? And then in cutscenes, he just acts like a I just don't know what to say anymore. In the cutscenes, he's acting just neutral, but then sometimes he'll start cursing at random, including everyone's favorite line, and then just a lot of other random stuff. He's just super random in this game, and I could not understand, you know, like, whoever the writer is for this game. I'm guessing it's Izuka or whoever else, but whoever wrote Shadow's character in this game, you seriously need to go back to writing classes, because this is awful. And to make matters even more confusing, just watch this cutscene.
got all the Chaos Emeralds.
I made you, and this is how you repay me?
I am Shadow Android, the ultimate battle life form created by Eggman. You may have created me, Doctor, but I will now lead this empire and androids will rule! This is who I am!
Eggman, target acquired. Locked and loaded. Fire.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor.
He just killed Egg. What? That's one scrambled egg, if you know what I mean. Okay, I won't be silly. Let's just watch the rest of these endings and just imagine the confusion watching these for the first time, not knowing there's a final story.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, this isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, a research experiment gone deadly wrong. I've caused so much destruction. I should never have been created. This is who I am.
Hey, don't go there! Yet, things may not be what they seem. You could be.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, this isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
Let's do this! I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, and I made a promise that I intend to keep. With the power of these emeralds, Black Doom and his army are finished! This is who I am! Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
How dare you defy me?
I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I, and only I, know what is best. No one can tell me what to do. This is who I am.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor. Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Shadow, what are you gonna do with them? I'm Shadow, the Hedgehog. I was created to bring order and justice to the humans. With the power of these emeralds, I'm going to destroy this damn planet. This is who I am.
Quite mind-boggling, isn't it? Just seeing him go from that to that to that to that. Also, if you want more intel on Shadow's past, I'll explain this very briefly. Shadow was created by Dr. Gerald Robotnik, and he inside him has the blood of Black Doom, the leader of the alien race. So technically, Shadow has two dads. Great. Also, just watch these clips because this is just everyone's favourite clip.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Also, this game featured Independence Day.
Annihilation for this planet is near. It is time to embrace the dawn of your demise and despair.
Anyways, now that we've got all the bullshit out the way, let's move on to the final story of the game, being the true story. So, if you want a brief explanation on this, I'm just going to say this now, and I'm going to just give my final score to the game right now, because obviously, this is spoiler territory, and if you don't want spoilers, then, you know, just click off after getting the final score. But, I'm going to give Shadow the Hedgehog a 5 out of 10, it is pretty miserable. Now, I would have given it a 4, but I do remember that I can have fun with this game every now and then, because some of these missions are pretty fun. And also, the multiplayer, while it's nothing to gush about, it's still pretty decent, but, you know, it's still not, you know, meh. So, anyway, yeah, 5 out of 10. The game's not good at all, it's pretty bad. The story's bad, everything's just lazy, they fucked up Shadow's character. And considering this was the final game in the canon, and being the canon from Sonic Adventure to Shadow the Hedgehog, you know, that's the canon of the Sonic story. You know, because everything past Sonic 06 is not canon. It goes to show that, you know, they destroyed Shadow's character, and it's such a shitty way to end off the franchise. So if you want to count any other game as canon, I'd count Generations as canon, and Unleashed and Sonic 06, simply because in 06 Shadow was just absolutely perfect. Also, can I just say Jason Griffith really suits Shadow? I really like this voice. Anyway, that's enough of me gathering. Let's go.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Now, I can uncover the truth about my past. All of it.
Well done, Shadow. Our ritual can now commence as planned. Give me the Chaos Emeralds.
Huh? Shadow, give me the Chaos Emeralds!
Do not give the emeralds to Black Doom, Shadow.
They're planning to destroy the planet.
Ignorant fools. We're here to save the humans from their own demise. We offer salvation.
Sounds basically Thanos. He's trying to kill everyone to save everyone.
What?
Their greed, thirst for power, and affinity for betrayal has them on a path of self-destruction. Their actions will lead to extinction of their species. We're here to save them from themselves with our perfect order, allowing them to live through their desperate lives in peace. Humans are a great energy source for us. They will be well kept. Let us begin our ritual of prosperity. Chaos control!
This can't be happening.
Why does the black comet look like a big meatball? It just looks like a big meatball, I'm sorry. Like, seriously.
What was that? What just happened?
Those black creatures just warped the comet down to the surface using chaos control!
No, that's impossible.
That's why you needed the Chaos Emeralds.
Precisely. The comet's velocity isn't powerful enough to pass through another planet's atmosphere. The Emeralds amplify the space-time control powers of Chaos Control. We need them to charge to full power. It's the perfect plan. That's why I needed the Professor to help me.
What? That's insane!
Anyone else think it's kind of racist that these aliens are called the Black Creatures? And the race is called the Black Arms? Like, seriously?
The Professor was in development of the ultimate life force, but he needed my help. So we made a deal. I helped him, and he promised to deliver me the 7 Chaos Emeralds. That's how you were created, Shadow. You would help us do both.
Me? I can't believe it.
That can't be! He betrayed his own people for research? For Black Doom?
Big deal. We can't just stand here doing nothing.
Yeah, let's do this! I'll crush that cosmic rock ball!
Knuckles, what's wrong?
A special weapon. This gas, once released, is quickly absorbed into your bloodstream. In a moment, total paralysis will hit your nervous system. The end is near now. My dear offspring, eat and devour these savory dishes.
Back off, you slime balls!
What is that?
Back off, you slime balls!
What is that?
Remember, the humans are your enemy.
blood
Did
I gave you
die?
life, Shadow!
That's why you were created.
Please help me, Shadow.
What?
If you're confused as to why Shadow broke out, it's because he's made of part black alien blood.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I've left the past behind me. No one can tell me what to do now. I will destroy you, Black Doom!
I gave you life, and this is how you repay me? The irony of it all is I gave you life. Now, I'll take it back.
Shadow!
You're our only hope now.
And then we just play through this very long and boring level, so I'm going to skip it to the final part.
Well done, Shadow. You've gone farther than I expected. I'm impressed. But you still don't understand, do you? The future we offer is the only option for these humans.
I've heard enough. You're boring me to death, Black Doom. You're going down!
Such bravado for a little hedgehog. I thought you were different from the rest, but maybe not. We are more alike than you think. The same blood runs through our veins.
This can't be! Just... who are you?
Don't you know? You were created from my blood.
What?
That's right. You are a part of me. Do you feel that? I can control you. You cannot escape me, nor can you escape your past.
Damn you! No! It's not true!
Woo! It's getting intense.
SBO? Are you in yet?
Quiet, Charmy! Espio, we need you to focus, because if we don't hurry, all the data we recovered will be lost!
Easier said than done. Who signed me up for this anyway?
That's it! I'll do it! Get out of the way!
Get back here, you idiot! Hey!
It's working!
Shadow, my son,
Professor?
what is this?
If you're listening to this, then the worst has happened. You need to know the truth. The government plans to shut down this research facility. The government plans to cease all of our research and imprison all who know about you. I made a terrible mistake, Shadow. It's all my fault. Making contact with that comet.
Professor Gerald?
Now listen very carefully. In 50 years, the Black Comet will return. They plan to harness its powers to destroy this planet. The only way to stop them was to develop a way to use the very power they intended to use against them.
That's it! It's brilliant!
Shadow, it's up to you, and only you can stop them. I developed the Eclipse Cannon. It's the only weapon that can destroy that black comet. Shadow, you are the only hope to save mankind as we know it. The future of this planet depends on you.
Don't worry, Grandfather. Shadow and I will protect this planet. Right, Shadow?
Gerald, you fool. Shadow is already in my control. What's this? Well. Seems like you're immune to my mind control.
You have no control over me, Black Doom. I now understand why I am here. I made a promise and I'm here to keep it. Today, I put my past behind me.
Have it your way, Shadow. So be it. Be prepared to meet your maker. Your past, present, and future ends here. Today, prepare to die. Say goodbye, Shadow, as you witness my true wrath.
And now for the big event, the final fight. So the final fight of this game is Devil Doom, which is basically Black Doom's ultimate form. And we are playing as Super Shadow alone for the first time. And it's actually pretty cool, because what you get to do is you get to fly around as Super Shadow, obviously. And you have to destroy the debris to get to him using your Chaos Spears. And you have to shoot his eye that is open, because he's actually got two sides to him. And he will teleport around the skybox whilst standing on some sort of debris field. So if you get hit by the debris, you'll lose some rings, and getting rings here is easier said than done, because there's only 2 capsules per like little thing that you're at, and sometimes they are extremely difficult to hit because of how much this motherfucker uses chaos control. But this is actually a pretty decent final boss fight. I will not lie. It's nowhere near as good as the previous ones from the other games. It's definitely the worst of the Adventure Saga. But at the same time, I'd take it any day over something from, let's say, Secret Rings, because that was just pretty bad. But obviously, we'll get to Secret Rings eventually. But anyways, so the final fight concludes everything. We learn that Shadow is actually the real Shadow, because Eggman radios in 9 minutes into the fight to tell Shadow that he is the real Shadow, just revived by Eggman, which is pretty cool actually. So we do have confirmation that Shadow is not an android, which is it's nice. It is really nice. But yeah, the fight ends and the cutscene plays.
Impossible! I am the supreme being that rules this universe. I am the immortal life form. I am the ultimate power.
This is the end of you, and the end to my cursed past. Only one thing left to do. To put the past behind me. Chaos Control!
Shadow, that was sweet!
I hope he's okay.
I'm sure he's fine, Rouge. After all, he is Shadow.
How about giving me back those Chaos Emeralds now? Hey! Get back here, you creep!
How ironic. After the way we all treated him, he saved us all in the end. We were all wrong about the Professor. Let us pay homage to Professor Gerald. Let's work to ensure peace and prosperity for a brighter future. What do you say, Commander?
Excellent idea, Mr. President.
Goodbye forever, Shadow the Hedgehog.
My exact words when finishing this game for a second time. Well folks, that's it. That is Shadow the Hedgehog, and as you can tell, this game was an absolute train wreck, which is a real shame because having Shadow in his own standalone title is probably one of the greatest ideas I've ever heard, but the execution was fucking awful. And the whole introduction to the aliens was just stupid. I don't see why we couldn't just continue Sonic Heroes in a regular manner because we've just dealt with Metal Sonic and now you're throwing aliens at us. I just don't understand, but you know, you do you. But anyways, Shadow the Hedgehog is a game you should only play if you are extremely curious about it. Shadow the Hedgehog is one of those games that feels like a marathon to play instead of a bunch of fun. Shadow the Hedgehog is disastrous. But does that mean I hate it? No. Does that mean I don't want to play it again? Yes. But I always have had a soft spot for this game because, again, this was my favourite game for like 4 years, which is quite shocking to say actually considering how much shit I've just given it. But this game is not the best thing Sonic Team's ever produced, and it's far from the best thing I've ever played, and it definitely could have been better. But as John Jailer just said, it has been a long rough road and I am finally here. The end of Shadow the Hedgehog and the time I can relax because this game just tired me out. But thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please be sure to slap a like as it is greatly appreciated. I'm sorry this video was a week late. I wanted to take a break before I played through this game because, you know, it's bad. And again, don't forget I had to play through the game, which is even worse considering how long it is. You know, I've had to reduce 7 hours of footage into around 30 minutes here. So I have been hard at work on this, believe me. But anyways, we've made it to the end. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care and peace out.